Welcome to Dr. Katina Talks, the podcast where we explore the journey to a more fulfilling, balanced, and meaningful life. I'm your host, Dr. Katina, and I'm here to share stories, insights, and strategies that inspire you to live life more authentically. Today's episode kicks off season 2. It's called Don't Be a Dot. Stop neglecting yourself while saving everyone else. Let's dive in. Not too long ago, my husband and I went to see The Wiz on Broadway with some friends. We're all thinkers, academics, therapists, and natural analyzers. So after the show, we did what people like us do. We sat down over Chinese food and shared what resonated with each of us. I sat back and listened to everyone's perspective on various characters in the show. I couldn't stop thinking about Dorothy, or as I like to call her now, Dot. I saw something slightly different than my companions. Dot was swept away from everything she knew. She landed in an unfamiliar world, trying to find her way home. And instead of focusing on that goal, what did she do? She started helping everyone else first. She met the Tin Man, frozen and rusted in place. His heart had gone cold. He needed love, but didn't know how to receive it. So, what did Dot do? She reached for the oil can and poured compassion into him. She loosened his joints, showed him tenderness, reminded him how to feel. That oil can was more than a tool. It was symbolic of what many of us do. We grab the proverbial oil can in our own lives. We pour into our partners who've been hardened by life. We nurture our friends who think they've forgotten how to love. We take care of parents, children, colleagues, church members, and anyone else who looks like they're rusted shut. And in doing so, we often forget that we too might be seizing up inside and need a little oil poured onto our own rusty parts. Then Dot met the Scarecrow. He was hanging, limp and hopeless, convinced he had no brain. He didn't believe in his own intellect or potential. So, what did Dot do? She stood beside him, talked to him, encouraged him, helped him believe he was capable. And eventually, the Scarecrow started thinking for himself. Sound familiar? We sit on the phone for hours walking someone else through their crisis. We help coworkers build plans, friends write resumes, our kids prep for tests. We believe in others when they've forgotten how to believe in themselves. We become their external brains and often do so while our own minds are cluttered and overwhelmed. Then came the lion. This big, furry creature was paralyzed by fear. He roared, but it was hollow. His courage was buried beneath layers of insecurity. And what did Dot do? She didn't laugh at him. She didn't mock his fear. She simply stood beside him, encouraged him, believed in him until he believed in himself. How many of us do the same? We push our kids to be brave. We hype our partners up when they doubt themselves. We cheer for our friends chasing dreams they've put on hold. We are courage givers. But Dot, she went even further. She fought the Wicked Witch, faced darkness head on. She stood up to the mighty Wizard of Oz. She advocated, protected, took on danger, all for others. Just listing all that she has done for others up to this point is exhausting me. But not Dot. She did so much for everyone else, and she had one of the greatest needs of all. She still had to find her way home. All that helping others, all that guiding others, all that bravery for others, and her own needs were still unmet. This story hit me hard because I have seen this scene play out in the lives of so many. But I didn't say "don't be a Dot" out loud at dinner. That came later. One night in a counseling session, I was working with a client, a caretaker by nature. They had spent their entire adult life focused on everyone else. And I shared the story of how Dot, with her own unmet needs, was caretaking for everyone else. It stuck, so much so that in between sessions, They kept repeating to themselves, "Don't be a dot." It became a mantra, a mindset shift, a way of remembering that their life matters too. And I want that for you. Now, there is a psychology behind this dot behavior, and it's called avoidance through caretaking. Helping others can serve as a distraction. When you're busy managing someone else's crisis, you don't have to face your own. You don't have to sit with your own fear, your grief, your disappointment. You get to feel useful, needed, and even loved, all while avoiding the real work of tending to yourself. Caretaking becomes a shield. It's easier to fix someone else's mess than to sit with your own vulnerability. It might even come from childhood, when your worth was tied to how well you served, helped, or performed. But here's the truth. You can't find your way home while walking someone else's path. Now, I have 5 takeaways for you. 1. Check your oil can. Ask yourself, who am I pouring into? And do I have anything left for me? Are you so busy tending to others that you haven't checked your own rusted joints? Helping is beautiful, but not when it drains you dry. 2. Pause the pep talks. Are you everyone's cheerleader, therapist, and life coach? It's okay to encourage others, but don't forget to coach yourself. Pour that same energy into your own goals, your own healing, your own dreams. 3. Sit with your own silence. Turn down the noise of other people's needs and listen for your own. What have you been avoiding? Where do you need support? What truth are you afraid to face? Dot never stopped long enough to listen to her own longing. 4. Name your emerald city. Everyone else had a goal, a need, a fear. But what about you? Where is your emerald city? What does home mean for you? Is it peace, rest, joy, boundaries, fulfillment? Get clear on what you're chasing. And 5, click your heels. Don't wait for someone to rescue you. Don't wait until everything else is done. Your healing, your joy, your wholeness, it starts when you decide it does. Click your heels. Come home to you. Now, we see in the story how Dot helped everyone find what they needed, but she almost forgot to find what she needed. This podcast is your reminder. You can still show up for others, but not at the cost of your wholeness. Say it with me. Don't be a dot. Thank you for listening to Dr. Katina Talks. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone else who gives their all and might need to be reminded you matter too. And if you're ready to take this work deeper, check out our free companion journal and meditation in the show notes or on my website at DrKatinaTalks.com. Let this be the start of your journey back home to you. Until next time, stay grounded, stay growing, and remember to live life on purpose. Bye for now.